What's going on, folks? Here, John here. Um, Coming to you. Over the years, I've had people ask me what's my process in producing and arranging and stuff like that. So I'm just now getting around to get some time to put down a video to show or to express my thought process. Um, how do I approach a song? How do I approach what the artist tells me, how they want the song to be, and basically bring their song to life from choosing sounds, choosing the right musicians, choosing how I want the song to come out, all of that. So I'm getting around to basically to give you some nuggets, any informations that might help you in the future produce a song, arranging a song. So basically gonna go through it a little bit. Um, this song is called Madoreo in Creole, means I love you, I adore you in English. It's by the artist called Maxine Louis Charles, is out of Montreal. And I remember the first time he basically contacted me to do an arrangement for him. I at the time I did not have the time to do the arrangement. I was so busy around with work, other arrangements, other projects I was doing. And so I got a few musician friends that hit me up like, bro, um, he's a good guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, just get at him and see if you could find the time to basically work on this song for him. So around that time, I got some time, more free time to basically get into it. So I contacted him and then we went through it. And you gotta understand, like, when you get a new artist or even artists you've been working with, depends on how, if they have a song ready, if the melody ready, if they have the song already recorded, or is it something very fresh that they're asking you to do. Because right now I'm basically getting my thought process of how to approach arranging a song. So you might basically have a voice note or just vocals with no metronome, with nothing. You just hear the melody and you gotta go through that. And basically this song is how it was. You get a voice note and then you gotta create around that voice note. So that means you gotta get the right BPM. You gotta envision in your head the end of the project, even though you don't have the project yet in front of you. So you have to already envision in your mind the end of the project, the end of the song. So you get the voice note. Like I said, you could probably get a voice note one, or you can get a song that's kind of already done. You just gotta bring it to more to life, or you gotta add more to what's already there. So it depends how you get the song, and that's how you can approach it. This song, I just had the voice note from the artist, so I had to basically do almost everything to make sure the song came out ready, came out modern, came out radio ready to the sounds that I'm gonna use, all that to basically bring the song to life, basically. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just let you listen to the song from beginning to end, and after that, we're gonna get through more of the arrangement process. So I'm gonna just let it play for a little bit, from start to end, and after that, we're gonna come back and talk more about how to go through the process of arranging. So let's go. So sorry about that. As I mentioned, the song is called M'adorer, I Adore You. It's on all media platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Pay. I'm sorry, Apple Music. On all musical platforms, you could get it. M'adorer by Maxel Jean Charles. So, if you want to get into arranging, producing, arranging, first thing is that your sound library has to be vast because you don't want to always using the same sounds. You want to have a sound. Yes, you want to have a signature sound to you as a producer, as an arranger. You want, if somebody hears something, they know it's you. You want to have your identity as a as a as an arranger. That doesn't mean you always got to use the same sounds. Most of the times I try to, on every song, use different sounds. Different 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 songs needs different sounds at the same time. So you don't want to continue keep using the same sounds on every song. It's gonna get monotonous. You want to basically have a variety of sounds that you know you could depend on. For sure, you're gonna have your main sounds that you always want to pull up if needs to be. But at the same time, your pads, your strings, your lead sounds, means synth lead sounds, your bells, your effects, all those needs to be. You need to have a variety of them, especially your drum loop. You need to have some great samples. You need to have a vast library of loops. I have so many library of loops. It's not even funny how when you get into arranging, you understand how the percussion section of a song is so important. Live is you have a click track, that's fine, but in arranging, your loops and your percussion side is so important, especially to a ballad, a slow song. It's so important. You need to have some great samples, some great libraries of loops, some great libraries from Contact, whatever, to make sure you have great samples and sorry again, great samples, and to have a vast library of sounds that you could use on every song. So I get a song or I get a voice note, as this song is. So now you gotta get into the process of arranging a song. I don't know, when it comes to me, a lot of times when I get a song, my best ideas does not come in front when I'm trying to arrange. It's always my best idea will always come when I'm doing something else. I might be at work, might be on the bed chilling, 2 o'clock in the morning. I get something in my head. I pull up my phone, start recording. I'm at work. I go somewhere quiet so I could record voice notes so I don't forget exactly what comes to my head. Like when it came to the song, it took like a week before I got something in mind. I couldn't get nothing in mind. I did some intros because for me at the beginning of me arranging, it seems like my intros I was never satisfied with my intros. So it's like I do an intro, I let it sit, I come back to it, I don't really like it. So it's like I have to restart again, erase that one, do another one. I still don't like it. It's like sorry about that again. So I remember watching a video from John Mike on the producer for Jane's Fortune. The name's not coming to mind right now. He basically said, "Yo, like if I get a song, the first idea that comes to mind, I track it out and I build on that." So ever since then, I basically started using that method instead of always like, oh, I don't like that, restart this, restart that. If I get an idea in my head, I track it down and I build on that. So that's basically what I did. I basically, for my intro, I took a part of the song that finishes the a bar that finishes, and I put that as the intro, and just build on top of that with the my chords, with my lead sound. I got the guitar also that was going on in the beginning, and I just built towards that. So first thing, like I said, your sound library gotta be good. And as I said, a lot of times my best ideas for the song does not come when I'm trying to get the song done. Like, it doesn't come when I'm in front of my piano trying to get the song ready and start tracking, start arranging. It seems to always happen when I'm not thinking about music. I listen to the voice note, or I listen to the MP3 that person sends me, the artist sends me. I'm doing something different, or I'm listening to another song, and that song or whatever I'm doing at that time inspires me to basically start creating. So in this song, I was working, and something came to my mind. The first part that came to my mind on this song was a bum bum bum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. That part is the first part that came to mind when I was trying to track in this song. And then the second thing that came to mind is when after that part is the da 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 da, what the guitar was doing at the end. Da 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 ba da da ba da 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 da. Second, that's basically how everything came in sync. Once I got those two parts, I started tracking on those parts. I didn't even track the intros yet. I didn't even track anything yet. Those two parts came to mind. Once that was unlocked, everything else just meshed together. So I'm gonna basically let you listen to exactly what I'm saying. And there was the vamp after the guitar solo. Right there. So I'm gonna let you listen to the guitars, what it's doing that part. I was at work, and basically that came to mind on that part. My do, yeah, my do, yeah, my do, yeah. And the next part, like I said, I got that part. So those two parts basically is what basically got me out the blockage to produce the song, to arrange the song, because I couldn't get nothing at first. And basically, like I said, those two parts came in my head. I was working at that time. I grabbed my phone, went through something that was quiet so I could record it so I would not forget it, because I knew that those two ideas was they were nice, especially what I was thinking in my head once I got the idea. When I got the idea, like I said, I already knew how it was gonna sound in my head at the end of the song. Once everything was laid down, the drums and everything else with the guitar. Once I got that idea, I knew that was gonna be bananas. So I got it. went somewhere quiet, recorded that second part, da 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 da, and basically once I got home, I started tracking on those parts. Everything else after that just came pretty easy once I got those ideas. So like I mentioned for the intro, usually for intros or throughout my song, I always try to have a you could say a a a sound that always come back. Not a sound, but a voice leading of sound that always come back. It's basically throughout the song. If you listen to any of my the songs that I've arranged, there's always a melody that always sticks throughout the songs. So, for my intro, like I said, I just basically got an end of the bar of the song of the melody that he sings, and I started the intros with it. Usually, my intros, I try not to do too much with my intros. I try to make it engaging for the listeners to basically capture them as first. Because when I started arranging, the first thing I understood is that your intro's gotta be captivating. It has to capture the listener. You don't want to be too crazy. It also depends on the artist of what the artist is looking for. If the artist is looking for something crazy, we'll go crazy. But because you always gotta, when you meet new artists, you gotta ask them like, what's their style? How do they want the song? What's their vision to the song? And I always ask them like, on the market right now, who do you see yourself as? What kind of sound do you see yourself as? So I would ask them that. So that gives me an idea how far I could go with my arranging, how in depth, or if I want to go crazy, how crazy I could go with my arrangements. So like I said, on this song, I just got the first parts, the end of a bar basically, and I did my intros like that. So let's listen to that again. So yeah, the lead vocal was not on. I didn't put it in the stems, but when you listen to the song, if you go to listen to the song, you'll basically see the intro is basically the end of the verse, basically. Okay, let me see here. So when I start my songs, as I said, the thing that you need in these ballads is your loops. So how I did my loops is that I could not put a snap on the loop because on the verse it goes da 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 da. No, it's basically the chorus. Da 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 da. Because of that part, I could not put a snap because if I put a snap, it was gonna be reverse every time around when it came like that. But it's like a cutoff of the time and then goes back again. So I could not put a snap or a clap at the beginning of the song. I did put one at the end to basically boost up the section. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit. How your loops basically could boost up your sections, your loops and your arpeggios could basically make your sections more live, you could say, by adding more percussion elements and more arps in your sections to basically live up your sections. So, like I said, I could not put a snap at the beginning of the song, from the verse to the chorus, because there was of the timing. Let me listen to your loops to see what I'm saying. So as I said, I couldn't put a snap. I'm gonna show you exactly why I couldn't put a snap. That part right there, because if I had put a snap, it was basically gonna be on the upbeat once I put the snap and not on the downbeat. So it's like, so I left it all together at the beginning of the song. So, what's important when you're arranging is your transitions from one section to another. So, it depends on the song. I don't try to put transitions on everything, like from intros to first verse, and transition right there to chorus, transition right there to second verse, whatever. It all depends on the song to see how the song format is going to be. Like I said, I just received this song, just a voice note. So everything in betweens, I had to come up with, arrange. I basically had to arrange the song how it came to me in my head, because it was basically no time, no metronome, no nothing. So I basically had to come up with the transitions and how to make the song feel better, make the song fit to what I was hearing in my head, to what I was hearing, what he was singing. So transitions to sections are extremely important when you're arranging. It basically keep your, like I said, just like the intro, to captivate the listener. Transitions are basically like that. So to keep the listener interested in the song. You don't want. You could for sure have the sections just meet without doing nothing, but that's not really arranging. You basically, to me, if the song is bland. I'm big on melodies in the song. Like I said, I'm big on melodies. I'm big on voice leadings. I'm big on counter melodies. You have a melody that the vocals are doing, but I'm doing counter melody to basically meet it at the same time. It's like melodies there. I'm doing something different, but that helps the melody, the counter melody, you could say. So, growing up listening to the songs back in the 80s, early 80s, 70s even, they always had melody lines going throughout their songs. So I always like trying to capture that in my arrangements. So before this song, before the second verse came around, because I know the second verse I wanted to do it different from the first verse in the chorus, because first verse and chorus was mellow. So I wanted to basically do the transitions is gonna be like something's coming up right here. It's not gonna be the same. So this is actually what I did on transitions right there to the second verse. Not there. So right there. So that transition, you have ba da 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 da. That transition is basically throughout the song. There's a name that they call that, but the name is evading me right now. I cannot come with it. But there's a name that they called it, a motif. That's what it is. It's a motif. It's basically a line or a melody line that's calming in your arrangements. It's a motif, they call it in musical term. So it's basically I always have like a motif throughout my songs, a line that keeps coming around. It could be different slightly. It could be different in some chording, but it's basically the melody line keeps coming around. So ba da 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 da. You're gonna hear it again at the end. So transition to second verse. As I said not too long ago, that sections, when you have sections, if you want to punch the section more, if you want to live up your section more, how you do that is by adding more percussive elements. And also arpeggios helps that a whole lot when you have arpeggios. Like throughout this whole thing, I had an arpeggio at the beginning of the song in the intro, and I have one right there in the second verse. Arpeggios are a key element when you want to live up your sections. It basically makes the song go bigger without doing much. And your percussive elements also do the same thing. So I'm gonna solo the arpeggio right now, and also the loops to show you exactly what I mean. So right there is regular, and the second verse coming up. So right there, what I was thinking, I knew the second verse was gonna be in your face, punchy. So I wanted to have something in the background that was constant, even though, because in the second verse we are punching da 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 da. We're punching it. So I wanted to have something that's constant. In between the punches, you could hear something going on and not have nothing there. And it's just be dead and empty after the punches. So let me just hear what I mean. So yeah, as I said, I wanted to have something in the background when we punching that still is constant. I added more percussive elements. I added the arpeggio and also the strings. I'll let you listen to the strings. The strings is basically like adding more value to that section also. So the strings also is in the background, adding more value to what's going on in that section. another transition to the chorus, because after that part, after the second verse, everything has to be on the go. It has to be punchy. Now we're in the meat of the song. When the chorus, that's gonna basically like tell you exactly what the song is talking about. I adore you. I love you. To me, the words of the songs tells you exactly how the song needs to be played in the sections. Like I look at the song like a storyline. It starts slow, start slow, start slow, start going up, start basically keeping you engaged, and after that, it's in your face. That's how I see it's like a storyline. It goes down, up, slow down a little bit, up again, and then until the end, then it smooths out. So that second verse has to be in your face, or that second chorus, has to be in your face. So I added another transition before the chorus. Like I said, transitions and melodies are extremely important when you're arranging. So, so that's why it's extremely important to always listen to music, what's out now, to basically get an idea of what to do when you're arranging a song. That's it. At times, you don't have to do so many different transitions, like at the end of the first verse to the first chorus to the second verse, add a transitions that was different. Well, this is basically the motif of the song. Second verse to the second chorus is different. It's the only transition that I added that was different from anything else. It was basically by its own. But I added that on every chorus from now on. I added that one because at times when you do too many transitions, too many melodies, it get lost. So you try to have a lot of the same things that you do. It keeps the song healthy, you could say. It keeps the song interesting, not by adding too much. You're doing things, but it's not too much to the point like, yo, it's too many stuffs going wrong. It's too many things being added. So at times adding the same melodies, transitions on different parts, it's good. And when you add too much transition of different, have you ever listened to a song that every transition is different from the other one? It's like, okay, y'all basically put your all musical ideas on the song, and then the song get lost. The meaning of the song get lost. It's like there's too many things going on. So the transition that I did right before the second chorus is basically the same ones that happens throughout that song until basically you will get to the solo that's coming up. Some transition again. So now it's the guitar solo. When it gets to my vamps, I like to mess around with with my chords. The melody might be the same throughout the whatever, but I like to change my progressions, meaning that instead of just doing the 4, the melody could just be on the 4, 1, 5, but I like to mess around on those, so I do 2, 4, 6, 5 instead of just doing the 4, 6, 5. So that's exactly what I did right there. And I did another transition to get to the vamp and the guitar solo. Again, the same transitions that introduce the solo part is the same one that I'm doing right now still. And you heard the motif again, ba da ba 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 ba, the same one that I did in the beginning of the second verse. So it's like it comes back around. So I introduce another transition here. Da 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 da. 2, 4, 6, 5. So adding another transition right there. There's basically, it coincides with the motif that I added already in the beginning of the song. So it's like I did the motif, but that transitions that is basically another counter melody to the motif, you could say. That's basically how I came up with that transitions right there. It's basically, like I said, melodies, counter melodies, I go for those. And my lead guitars, man, are so important because of that. I want my lead guitars to hit those melodies and the counter melodies all the time. And also I have my my lead synth doing basically the same thing that the lead guitar is doing. Let me see. Right here. So in my production, I always got a lead. Seems like if I don't have that lead, it seems like something is missing. So I always have a lead doing the same lead, the same leads that the lead guitar is doing. So every time the lead guitar is hitting a line, the lead is doing the same thing with the lead guitar. And the motif is coming.
Seni yapı